Jared Jones.
Right.
Mr. Jones, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're also charged with criminal mischief. On the assault, you're facing a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. And on the criminal mischief, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On November 23rd, 2024, officers were dispatched to an assault injury report call at a residence in Harris County, Texas. Upon arrival, the officers met with the complainant, who stated the defendant was watching her kids. When the complainant went to pick up her kids and went to the witness's house, the defendant became angry. The complainant did not take him. The complainant stated that when the defendant had arrived at the witness's residence, he was taking off his clothes in the driveway, trying to fight her. The defendant then approached her motor vehicle and struck it with his right arm, breaking her passenger front window, costing approximately $200 to repair. After the complainant pushed the defendant away from her vehicle, the defendant began striking her in the face with a closed fist 5 times. The complainant stated she felt pain, and the officer observed the complainant's rear or front passenger window to be shattered and observed the defendant's right forearm to have a minor incision from the glass of the window.
Mr. Jones, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have contact with this person. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of any weapons.
Yes, sir.
What is the relationship between these two? Do you know, Alex?
Let me see.
So, Mr. Jones, we are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. I will first have you go to Victoria, sign and reset. I'm then going to have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then you'll be on your way. You already have 2 cases now. Don't pick up a third. If I find that you're a danger to my public, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get more PR bonds. Do you understand, sir?
Your Honor, they're just friends.
All right, come on. What page did you say?
33.
Oh, Rivera. You are Rivera Mendoza.
Yes,
Mr. Rivera Mendoza, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, sir. On November 25th, 2024, the officers conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's vehicle after observing it failed to signal a lane change and failing to stop at 2 flashing red lights. Upon contact with the defendant, the officer observed the defendant with a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, slurred speech, red glassy eyes, and disorientation. The defendant admitted to consuming 5 cups of beer. Standards of sobriety tests were performed. HGN 6 out of 6, 1 leg stand 4 out of 4, walk and turn 7 out of 8. DICs were read but refused. Search warrant for blood was signed and executed.
How many DWIs do you see prior, and when was the other one?
I see 1 prior DWI in Brazoria County in 2004.
Okay. Mr. Rivera Mendoza, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Tell me, are you a United States citizen?
yes, sir.
Do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
Do you have liability insurance in
Yes,
your name?
yes,
I'm now placing a restriction on your license. You are not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. If you're caught driving a vehicle and it doesn't have an interlock on it, you will go to jail and I will revoke your bond and I'm going to raise it. Do you understand?
understand.
I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication, likewise, you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand? Okay, you have a lawyer. Good job on having a lawyer. Because you do, I will waive your appearance.
If I may, my client drives several vehicles at his place of employment, and therefore we would like to request that instead of an interlock, he be allowed to have a mobile device.
I still don't want him driving any vehicle that doesn't have an interlock on it. You know, if you're going to drive a vehicle, it has to have an interlock on it. Do you understand? I mean, if you're driving multiple vehicles, you can get multiple interlocks. I'm okay with that, but I don't want you driving any vehicle that doesn't have an interlock on it. Do you understand? Okay, it's the law, I'm just asking you to follow the law. Now, like I said, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with counsel. He will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand? Okay, so for now, I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. You will get with Felicia for your bond conditions, and after that, you guys are free to go.
Thank you.
Please. You are Marcos Perez. Mr. Perez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Is his last name spelled correctly with an S at the end, or should
Yes,
it be a
Judge.
Z? S is correct?
Yes.
All right, please, Alex.
One moment, all right, let me pull up the correct Perez. Okay. On November 23rd, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's motor vehicle after observing it failed to maintain a single lane of traffic and almost strike other motorists. Upon contact with the defendant, the officer observed a moderate odor of alcoholic beverages. The defendant admitted to drinking 2 alcoholic beverages. Stanfield's sobriety tests were performed. HGN 4 out of 6, walk and turn 3 out of 8, 1 leg stand 2 out of 4. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to arrest. The results were .094 and .089.
Any priority to DUIs?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Perez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Tell me, are you a United States citizen? Are you in this country with or without permission?
No.
You're not in this country with permission.
No.
What happens if you go to jail? Don't tell him, Marcos.
Familia, esposa y 2 hijos.
I have a family, wife, and 2 daughters.
I don't care if Jesus lives with you, Mr. Perez. If you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you, it's very possible they put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck in custody until this case is over with and then shipped off to immigration. If you do not want that to happen, do not violate these conditions. I'm putting conditions on your bond now. If you violate these conditions, I will put you in jail. And if you're unlucky enough, you're going to be there for an extremely long time. It takes a while to resolve this case and then shipped off to immigration where you'll sit for another 6 to 9 months. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to drive. If you do not have a Texas driver license and you do not have liability insurance, do not drive. Do you understand? I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, likewise, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You have a lawyer. Good job on having a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Adroge. He will tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he cannot get a hold of you, likewise, we will issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you have any questions, Mr. Perez?
Sir,
I'm not asking much from you. I'm just asking you to follow the law. And if you can't, or if you come a danger to my community, I will do everything in my power to protect it. I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I will get you to Victoria where we will have you sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Felicia for your bond conditions. And after that, you guys are free to go.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
Good luck, guys. Joshua Pack.
Sir.
Good morning, sir. So you're charged with resisting arrest. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. There's a co-defendant in this case.
Yes, Judge. And
Stop. Just don't say anything. I know tensions run high. Just,
and the codefendant,
shh.
it has an evading in court 13.
Do you have the cause number on that one?
Yes, Judge. One
What is
moment. Cause number is 253-9856.
Okay, so it looks like we've got the lower cause number. Did you get it? No, that's not right. Let me see.
It should be a JV on dates.
Okay, no, I didn't.
Yeah, it's 253-9856. So it looks like we got it. Okay, so Mr. Pack, we're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
Judge.
please.
On November 21st, 2024, the officer observed the co-defendant loitering at a gas station, not conducting business while on the patrol of the area, known to have frequent narcotics trafficking and gang activity in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the co-defendant grabbing the waistband of his pants and clutching what appeared to be a pistol. And the officer approached the co-defendant and the occupant of the motor vehicle he was speaking to, informed the co-defendant he was going to be pat down. The co-defendant then evaded on foot for approximately 0.25 miles, where he was eventually detained. The defendant then ran up to the scene and was yelling at the officer, acting irate. The officer repeatedly had to instruct the defendant to give space for the investigation, and the defendant followed the officer on foot as the officer walked the co-defendant back to the gas station. The officer observed on surveillance the defendant to be carrying what appeared to be a handgun in his waistband and clutching it before passing it to another male. The officer went to pat down the defendant to ensure he was not still armed, and the defendant pulled his body away, stepped away, flailed his arms, and tensed his body. The officer was struck on the jaw.
Say what? Say what?
By the defendant's flailing arms, and the officer performed a double leg takedown and instructed the defendant to stop resisting and give his arms. The defendant continued to tense his body and pull his arms away.
What was he under arrest for?
So they were attempting to perform a search at the time, a pat down for weapons because they observed him to have a firearm on surveillance.
Okay. All right, Mr. Pack, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm going to do it with my pen. I'm not going to put any conditions on your bond. Just be careful out there. You know, really, you're on bond for another case now. It's very possible that they use this against you. Got to be careful out there. The only condition I want you to have is just don't have contact with the co-defendant in this case. Okay, that's it. What do you do for a living?
I'm a referral. I just quit my job from driving truck.
Why? Why'd you quit?
I just had a son. I spent my son was born on my birthday, November 22nd. I spent it in here.
How you making money?
I started my own holiday service.
Do you have an income now? Do you have an income now?
I have enough to sustain. I will need a lawyer.
Can you afford one? Let's do this. I'll have you fill out an application. I want to take a look at your financials. Be honest. Don't just put zeros because I'm going to send it back to you. And then I'll take a look. Okay? All right, man. Do you mind giving me an application?
Come on up, Mr. This is the other short.
Good morning, Mr. Shorts. How's jail?
How you doing?
How's jail? Are you having fun? Why don't you come back?
I forgot the court date. I forgot.
Say that again.
He forgot the court
The
date.
court, I forgot the court date.
So if we let you out now, how do we know you're not going to forget again?
Never do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Where you living?
Top Park, about Burger King, then jail department.
In
Order in the court,
Sunnyside,
please.
he lives at
Yeah,
Sunflower
Sunnyside.
Apartments with his
Sunflower
brother.
Who do you live with?
My brother, him and brother out. Same apartment. Apartment 110. What's it? 110.
Mr. Shorts, your lawyer is asking for me to let you out, but I have to know that if I let you out, you're going to come back.
No, just don't come back.
I'm not going to play this game again.
Yes, sir.
If you take off on me again,
I'll come back again.
you will go back to jail. You now know no one is going to bond you out. So if you don't come back, you will be stuck like Chuck in there until we're done.
Sir.
Do you understand?
Sir.
If I let you out, you're going to come back.
Sir.
Okay, I won't do this again. You understand?
Sir.
I've given you a lawyer. All you have to do is stay in contact with Shreya, and she'll tell you when you got to come back and what you got to do.
Sir.
No more. Okay, all right, Shreya. So,
On condition?
yeah, who's the complainant? Tell me about the case, will you, Alex, please?
We're going through.
So in this case, it states that the complainant is the defendant's brother and their.
Wonderful.
No.
Your Honor, it's the brother's girlfriend.
Let me clarify. I think what he meant to say was that it was the brother's girlfriend from 2021 who no longer lives there.
Okay,
At
wonderful.
the time, they were in the same household. Your Honor. And the defendant spit in the complainant's face and hit her in the face with an open hand causing pain.
Okay,
And Your
have
Honor,
you been able,
I was about to tell you, we're still attempting to get in contact with the complainant. We haven't been able to. And the investigator was intact on this. Yes.
all right, so Mr. Shorts, don't have any contact with this person and don't have any weapons.
Yes, sir.
Come back. Good things happen if you come back. Do you understand? Okay, all right, Shreya. So
Thank you,
just,
Judge.
there's a condition, he can't leave until he signs it anymore.
Yes, Judge, he's
right.
back there.
Was it a PR bond?
I'm gonna reinstate.
So whenever I'll sign,
All
take
right,
it back.
Mr. Shorts, good luck.
Thank you.